Hello there, welcome back to another video. This week I'm doing something a little bit special. I'm kind of going out of my comfort zone a bit. I'm going to be doing a fan art, but at the same time I'm going to be doing a game review because this time last week Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee came out, and of course I didn't get it on the Friday, I got it on Saturday, but I'm a huge Pokemon fan, so I wanted to do some fan art, and I thought I might, give my opinion on what I thought of the game while I was doing said fan art. So I got Let's Go Eevee, my brother got Let's Go Pikachu, and I just wanted to give a little bit of a heads up with saying that there are going to probably be spoilers in this video, so if you're playing the games blind, or you didn't play them or anything like that, I am going to be talking sort of freely about what happens in the game, and also I'm very experienced in playing Pokemon, so I might get a little bit technical, I'm not sure yet, but I might, so fair warning for that. And yeah, I've also played the original Red, Blue, Yellow, played Fire Red and Leaf Green, and I've played basically every Pokemon game except for Platinum. That's the only one I haven't really played. But so yeah, what my overall score for the game out of 10, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 actually, and there's many reasons for this, but mainly it's just I'm one of the part of the fandom that they were appealing with the whole nostalgia thing, because I really am super familiar with the Kanto region where this game takes place. I'm so familiar with it. I didn't realise just how much I remembered about it until I jumped back into this, and it's just like, yeah, I know this is here, yeah, I'm expecting to find a hidden item here, yeah, I'm expecting this trainer to have this Pokemon, and this Pokemon, and all these things, but then they did enough that's different. There's these coach trainers that you find along the way that are new, and they're a bit more powerful than your regular trainers are in that same area, which I thought was pretty clever. And they also give you TMs for beating them, which is really cool. TMs are a lot more of because since I think it was Generation 6 that started it might have been Generation 5, I'm pretty sure it was Generation 6 that started it, that TMs aren't single use. If you have a TM, you can use it as many times as you want, and so that means if you get one strong move, for example Earthquake or Surf or something, well, Surf was always in HM, so you could teach it to however many Pokemon you wanted, but Earthquake you could teach it to every single Pokemon that could do it with no consequences. You wouldn't have to dish out, I don't know, 30,000, 50,000 Pokebucks to be able to teach it to multiple Pokemon. So it's a little bit it makes it easier, but at the same time, I've already done in previous games the whole grinding to get multiple of this or get multiple of that, or to try to do this. So in my opinions, even though they made the game sort of easier, I can choose to make them harder for myself if I want to, by doing it a Nuzlocke style, or never leveling up outside of trainer battles, or a lot of different things that I could personally choose if I want a more challenging playthrough. But this first playthrough that I did is just really to just enjoy it and have fun. And I have beaten the league. I have it right as I'm recording this video. I haven't caught all the legendaries just yet, but I have this tradition of every time I get a new Pokemon game, I have to beat the league in under 40 hours within the same week that I bought the game, and I've been doing that since I think Black and White 2 came out. So it's been a while, and I managed to accomplish that. I beat the league in just over 30 hours of gameplay in a couple days, less than a week. I'm recording this not on the day it's coming out, so you can imagine that I flew through this game. It was a lot of fun. One of my favourite things about this game is definitely having your Pokemon walking behind you, and I really like the care and attention that they put in the kinds of ways that the Pokemon walks with you. For example, Venusaur hops like a toad, which is just hilarious to me. Mr. Mime, if you're standing still and he's not having to follow you, he's just building his whole invisible wall thing. My favourite one has absolutely got to be Snorlax. If you guys haven't, I know there's compilations on YouTube. If you don't have the game, there's compilations on YouTube that shows you all the Pokemon walks, and the Snorlax one, I can't even describe how amused and endeared I was when I saw it. It was the best thing ever. And Onyx is just a beast. I love riding around on Onyx. My team this time around, I decided not to overthink it, so I just had a Jolteon. I didn't actually end up continuing with my partner. I didn't continue with Eevee, my partner Pokemon in my team. I really couldn't find a place for her, as sad as that seems. She's still my companion, she's still walking around with me all the time, but I couldn't find a place for her in my team. So I got a Jolteon, so I had to catch a separate Eevee and evolve it into a Jolteon because your partner Pokemon doesn't want to evolve. I got a Jolteon, I got a Charizard, a Venusaur and a Blastoise, just because when I played Yellow, like many years ago, I always liked having all the starters, because when I played Red I really couldn't get all the starters. So yeah, it wouldn't fit to like not just play with all the starters. And then I also had an Alakazam and a Marowak. And that was my team that I beat the league with. I still wanted to like try to build up different teams, and of course there's master trainers now that I beat the league, which I haven't even started trying to challenge. Master trainers there's a trainer for every single Pokemon in the Pokedex that has that Pokemon at level 75. So once you've completed the Pokedex, you challenge these master trainers to see if you are truly the Pokemon master, and I'm very excited to sink in another like 100 hours into trying to do that. And yeah, overall I really like the game. The catching mechanic is still something I'm not quite used to, because again, I've been playing Pokemon forever and ever, so whenever I get like a wild encounter, it just doesn't feel natural to not have my Pokemon come out in front of me to battle. But it's kind of also a little bit of a relief, because if I don't have to worry about walking around wherever without having my strong ass team, because I'm not going to get killed by wild Pokemon. I can just run away or catch them, and you don't really have to have a strong Pokemon with you to be able to catch them. And that was really cool. What I do sort of miss, and I haven't really gone legendary hunting, but I experienced it when I caught the Snorlaxes, was that you don't have to play that balancing act between weakening the Pokemon but not killing the Pokemon to be able to catch the Pokemon. You just defeat the Pokemon and then you catch the Pokemon, which isn't as, exciting, I don't think. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. What was something else I didn't like? I don't like the berries, and I don't like, they say that it's really easy to get Pokeballs, but here's the thing that I found, like, about halfway through the region, Pokemon start being, like, a bit harder to catch, like, the catch rate is higher, so just regular Pokeballs aren't going to work, so you have to use, like, Great Balls and Ultra Balls, except not every trainer you defeat gives you, a Great Ball or an Ultra Ball. Actually, more trainers will just keep giving you Pokeballs, even though you're like in Victory Road and you should really only be getting Ultra Balls. And so I found that like I have over 300 Pokeballs, but I have only like 30 Ultra Balls, and I always have to go back and buy more at the stores. And you run through Pokeballs a lot in this game, like so much, and it bothers me that they don't give you more freebies that are like useful, like the Ultra Balls. And also I'm starting to get the hang of like hunting down, like going to I think it's Route 17 or Route 16, where there used to be the cycling road in previous games, but they removed that because there's no bicycle in this one. Oh, that's another thing, but I'll get to that after. Yeah, so you just like go to the little yellow flower patches and try to get berries. The lack of bicycle, I really miss the lack of bicycle. I know it's because you get, like, if you have a Rapidash, that's basically a bicycle, but it feels a little bit annoying to have to use up a party slot to keep a Rapidash to use as a bicycle instead of just having a bicycle. But besides these little nitpicky things, like, I'm a very experienced Pokemon player and I really enjoy these games. And a little bit about the drawing, of course, it's the female protagonist with the brown hair, brown eyes. I actually used the blonde-haired, blue-eyed protagonist because she had the palest skin and I have really pale skin, and I thought that like in X and Y you could dye your hair and use contact lenses, so I thought that's what I did in X and Y. I got the blonde protagonist because you could dye those things, but turns out you can't, so I've played the whole game blonde which is pretty fun, but I decided to draw the brown-haired, brown-eyed character in this illustration, and of course Eevee, the partner. I thought this was a lot of fun. It was really cute. I didn't really spend the longest amount of time on this. It took me about 2 hours, but I'm really happy with it, and I was really happy to indulge in this game. Spending 2 hours on a painting really doesn't compare to much after spending 30 hours immersed in the game. But if you're a Pokemon fan, or if you just haven't, it's an expensive game. I was kind of surprised at how much it cost. It cost about, like, I think $93, $94 Canadian after tax. I did not get the Pokemon Plus, and I played the whole thing in handheld. I know that there's a big Pokemon like video game commentary YouTube channel called Austin John Plays that was like criticizing how impossible it is to do handheld. It's very possible to play handheld. Like, I have no idea what he was talking about. I played the whole thing handheld on my game, but yeah, I just really wanted to give that quickie review. I really enjoyed it as a long-time Pokemon fan. I'm trying not to think too much into it, but it's like a really good game to like tie me over until next year when the actual Pokemon game comes in. The thing that they let you do with IVs and chaining Pokemons, if you're the small percentage of people that are like very technical about Pokemon, the whole IVs and chaining Pokemon thing is really cool. I hate the EVs with the candies. I really don't like EV training that way. I miss the super training that we could do in Gen 6, but either way, I really enjoyed the game. I would recommend it if you're a Pokemon fan and you have a Switch, but it's not like break your bank level. If you're a really big Pokemon fan, you could wait out a year to get the next one, but it's still really good to return to Kanto. This is my drawing for Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all those things. Let me know if you're a Pokemon fan, if you've played the game, and all those lovely things. Bye!